Shalom, beautiful people, beloved. I still have yet to prepare for the benefit concert I spoke about for a widow. I actually know more than one widow, so with their permission I might also list them too for anyone who wants to bless them, as that's what we are called to do. We are called to bless the orphan and the widow. I believe the widower as well. Things were different though in the past, as well as it's still this way, I guess, in some cultures. But in the past, when it was a woman widow, she had no place in a society, sadly. So I believe God makes sure we know about blessing the widow for that reason, to keep them going, but also for the widower today too. You can see my chickens, or one of my chickens in the background. I'm noticing now as I'm recording. They're enjoying the fresh grass. Now things are a little bit green. Baruch Hashem, we got rain. We had no rain for over a month, and we got some, and everything that looked dead started to come back to life. It's amazing how just a little rain does that. Just like our spirit, our heart, as people of God, people of Hashem, when we don't spend time with Him and His Word, it's like we're just stripped, and we start to fill ourselves with other things that are not from Him in this world. And then when that happens, we're not our best selves. I mean, and it says in the Word not to share when we are fasting. And I believe there's a huge blessing in that. And this is something I want to share with you guys too. I know not everybody's able to fast. And I myself have struggled too with food itself. But here's something really cool though that I have learned, is that when you fast, it's even though your body gets weak, it is strengthening, because you are immersed in praying and having that conversation with God. It's not about you anymore fulfilling your needs. It's about filling. I believe it's as you pray, filling the needs of others, praying for others, interceding on their behalf as you fast, because you are sacrificing something that is so important and needed and vital, but you are doing it in love. And as it is written, greater love has no man than he who lays down his life for his friends. And Yeshua did this for us. And I also see that in fasting, it's like taking that one thing that we all really love and need, is that food, right? Putting it out, and then it's like suddenly we are more patient. Maybe not always, because I know we get hungry, but we're more patient. We're more, that anxiety when we're so hungry is gone, because you are not going to be ready, running to get food. It's a peace. It's a shalom. And it's really beautiful. That's what I've learned from fasting, is that the things that you desire, suddenly you're filled with the desires of the kingdom. It's wonderful. Yeah, it really is. It's a blessing. So yes, during these times, we just had Tish B'Av not long ago. I'm not sure if you all fasted or if anybody fasted, but I mean, it doesn't have to be a particular time, any time to fast. I do believe that now more than ever, we should be fasting for this country, for this world, for God's people. I have seen even recently people who have loved God turn away from Him. And it's just as it was prophesied in the Word as well, that in those days their hearts will grow cold, and I've seen that. But I do believe, as it's also written, that He says, and I'm sorry I forgot where in the Bible, but I know it's written, you guys probably know, that, the Lord is saying, at one point he says, there's no one standing in the gap. There's no one interceding. So we can be the ones to intercede. We can be the ones to be that voice. How many times in the Word did, in history and time, did the Lord turn away his plan, or at least reveal his heart that he wanted to turn his plan from the original intention of what sin would bring about? It's beautiful because he turned when someone interceded. Moshe is an excellent example. Yeshua Hashem wanted to take out all of Israel for the sin. I'm so glad. Thank you for your mercy. And Moshe interceded for the people of Israel. Wouldn't be here, would they? I mean, that's something I know people debate about. 2 rabbis debate about, would they still be here? Well, would we still be here? If it wasn't for the blessing of our King. Something to think about. I mean, because no, at least our soul would not be with him if it were not for his sacrifice and us having faith in him. Amen. Amen. Here's something else. One more thing, and then I didn't want to make this too long. So I had this thought, and it came to my heart after a conversation, and I pray it will bless you too. Speaking of mercy in the Lord's sacrifice, we can't take that for granted either. Because think of it like this, okay? Let's say you, maybe someone, okay, I mean, it could be you, but let's just say someone, yeah, we'll say you. Let's say you have a huge debt, and because of this debt, the government's gone mad. Well, the government's already gone that way, but let's just say the government's gone mad and has said that, for this debt, you're so much in debt, we have to take your life. And someone comes along and says, hey, I will take their debt, take my life instead. Like Yeshua, right? Let's say that happens, and then you go about your life after that, living as you had. You get in more debt. You don't ever talk about the person who gave their life for you. You don't even mention them. You don't talk about them. You don't honor how they lived their life. This, I believe, is exactly what sets people apart. When we talk about the kingdom, when we talk about people going to heaven, I'm not God and I cannot judge people. I'm not the keeper of their souls. But I do believe, just as Yeshua said, there will be those that'll say I never knew them. Even those who said they spoke in his name, it goes so much deeper. Yes, we take his sacrifice because we cannot save ourselves, but we also cannot take it for granted. Are we in daily communication with him and loving people as he does? And listen, beloved, when I talk about loving people as he does, loving with an amazing, tremendous, deep love people who disagree with you. Loving Trump, loving Biden, loving Nancy Pelosi, loving these people. And I will tell you, when you start praying for them, the love will come, believe it or not. Even if you don't agree with them, even if you're mad at them, all those barriers will break down when you start to pray for them. And that is also part of the kingdom, because what does it say? You cannot hate your brother. Well, these people are your brother and sister. Now, I'm not saying to love what they do or their lives, their sinfulness. Love them. Love them as Yeshua loves them, which is an unconditional love. Amen. So that's what I wanted to share. I didn't even know I was going to share all that. just came, and so I'm off work, and I don't know. I haven't even done pretty much nothing. So did I show you guys my puppy? I'll show you that real quick. She's a beauty. Yeah. That's a good girl. Oh, nice and close. She is a beauty. She's got beautiful eyes. All right, I'll let you guys go. I love you all. In case I don't post before, Shabbat Shalom early. And take care. Love each other. Love yourself. Love one another. And love those who persecute you too. Pray for them. Fast and pray for them. It will literally change your life. Bless you. Ammi.